Texas is known as the best kept secret in West Texas, and here's why. According to some people, Lubbock is not West Texas. Folks, we do our research here. There are a lot of maps that show that Lubbock actually is in fact in West Texas. There are some that say it's not, or most of them say that it is, so take that, commenter. We actually do put a significant amount of time and effort into the data that we find for these videos, so let's just list off some data here and go with number one, which we talk about at length so many times, is the low cost of living. Here we go, guys. The cost of living in Lubbock is 10% lower than the national average. The median home price in Lubbock is around $250,000, which is well below the national average of $375,000. The median rent in Lubbock is about $900, which is well below the national average of $1,200 to $1,300. The cost of groceries, 7% cheaper than national average. Cost of transportation, 10% cheaper than national average. Cost of utilities, 8% cheaper than national average. Cost of healthcare, 12% cheaper than national average. Oh no, praise Jesus. Cost of education, boom, check this out, 10% cheaper than national average. How many times cheaper than national average can you be on so many things? Try saying cheaper than national average 10 times fast. Cheaper than national average, cheaper than national average, cheaper than national. It's hard. It's a tongue twister. It'll really twist your tongue up. Number two, let's go. It's a great place to raise a family. You have got some of the best school districts in the state. LISC, Lubbock Independent School District, consistently ranks in the top 10% of school districts in Texas. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. And its students consistently score above average on standardized tests. LISD also offers a wide variety of extracurricular activities. So you've got Lubbock ISD, which is great. That's kind of Lubbock proper. South, you have Friendship ISD. You've got Lubbock Cooper ISD. I know we talk about a lot of people moving to South Lubbock, usually in those neighborhoods. You've got Idalou ISD, Shallow Water ISD, Slayton ISD, Roosevelt ISD. These are great school districts, and people love our school system. It's pretty great in Lubbock. You know, we've got so many activities. Teams are always playing each other. We've got some really good recruits that usually some guys who like play high school basketball here are really good. They end up going to Tech or go play college sports at Tech. I mean, Friday Night Lights is a big thing in Lubbock. People love the football games. It is huge. Even if you don't go to the schools or you don't have a kid who goes to the schools, a lot of people just go to watch them because they're fun and interesting. And we take it very seriously here. We take football very seriously. There's plenty of private schools, plenty of private Christian schools. I know that a lot of folks would prefer to have their children in private school. There are plenty of options for that. It's a great avenue of doing it if you got the cheddar for it. But if you ain't, it ain't no thing, because public school is just fine. And then you're looking at when your little sapling grows up to be a tree, he can just mosey on over to Texas Tech University. He doesn't have to go anywhere else. He's got one of the best colleges in the state, in the country. You got great elementary schools, great middle schools, high schools, intermediate, and then you just mosey on over to Texas Tech University. Come on, it's right there. This is a very interesting one for number three. We've got a vibrant arts and culture scene. We just built a very large performing arts center called the Buddy Holly Center. For instance, I just looked up the roster, the schedule soon. They're about to do the Lion King there. They're bringing plays here. We're getting a lot of comedians. I personally saw a comedian named Theo Vaughn there about a year ago. It was hilarious. He's so funny. So it's just a great place to go for entertainment, for arts, and if you're into the arts, they do orchestra stuff there. But then we've also got our arena. We have live bands come to where Tech plays basketball, bigger bands. You're talking Metallica. We've got big bands that go. I know they do. Just you can look it up and find it. Hamilton is also coming there very soon, so that'll be cool. And that is not the only thing we have. That's just something to show you guys that Lubbock does care about the arts. We've got First Friday Art Trail. We've discussed that in plenty of videos. The first Friday every month, you got people come and bring their dogs. You got food trucks. You got beer. You got no liquor probably. I don't think you can serve liquor on the street. So there you do First Friday Art Trail. Not to mention we've got the Buddy Holly Museum. We have a whole museum dedicated to this guy. We must love him. It's because he's from here and he revolutionized rock and roll. We've got the Museum of Texas Tech University. We've got the Silent Wings Museum, which is dedicated to the history of aviation with a focus on World War II. We've got a lot. If you're more creative into the arts, there are plenty of things and a very vibrant, thriving community for you here. Also, we get a lot of country singers, Texas country singers, that come here and perform all the time. Lubbock is kind of indicative of that sort of culture of Texas country. Parker McCollum, Co Wetzel, those kind of guys, very, very popular here. So that's another thing. We've got a good mesh of country music going on. Really sweet. Here is another thing. This is number 4. Let's just move straight on. We are close to a lot of outdoor recreational activities that you can go do and have plenty of fun doing. We've got Palo Duro Canyon State Park, which is located just 25 miles from Lubbock and is home to the second largest canyon in Texas. The park offers, you can hike, you can bike, you can camp, you can fish, you can horseback ride like a cowboy. Come on, man. That's crazy. That's pretty sweet. We've got Caprock Canyon State Park. This place is a little bit further away. It's about 90 miles away. Home to the third largest canyon in Texas. You can do kind of the same things there, but what you get at Caprock is there's a lot of buffalo roaming around, which is pretty sick. You see a lot of live buffalo just hanging out, doing their thing. They're really nice. You can buy these little buffalo hats in the shop. I've done it before. Just walk up to them. They don't even care. I'm not advising you to do this. Actually, don't do this because they're wild animals, so no telling what you can do. I did it, but I'm not going to advise you to do it. Okay, so not only do we have national parks, we got lakes. We've got Lake Allen Henry, which is like 10 miles away from Lubbock, and you can swim, you can boat, you can do whatever you do on the lake. It's pretty sick. We're building a, not we, I mean Lubbock is, well, the guy who's building it is. I'm not involved in it. I wish I was. South of town, far south of town, they're building a brand new golf course called the Red Feather. It's supposed to be absolutely sick. I cannot wait to go out and play it. I think you got to be a member, but I'm not sure. But we got golf, which I do. I'm so bad at. That's just another thing. You can shoot. You can hunt birds. You can go to the arts festivals. You can go 25 minutes away and get some of the best mountain biking in the state. Big old canyons. You can camp. Really, there's just a ton of outdoor recreation activities to do. Now moving on to numero cinco. And probably the best reason and why I'm here, Lubbock's got a great job market. Fantastic job market. We've got the hospitals, we've got tech, we've got a large retail industry, we've got a large agriculture industry, we have great, fantastic restaurants. People say there's nothing to do and stuff and there's nowhere to work. Leprino Foods is building a big old factory that's gonna bring 6,000 jobs to Lubbock. We just got a Tesla store. We're moving, we're blowing and growing. Check this out, guys. Let me hit you with some more stats. The unemployment rate is 2.9% in Lubbock, which is lower than the national average, once again, and the national average is 3.6%. Now, the median household income in Lubbock is lower than the national average. Everything's lower than the national average, good or bad. It is around $56,000, the national average $67,000, but things are cheaper here. We already know it's cheaper than the national average. So the top industries in Lubbock are education and health services, professional and business services, trade, transportation and utilities, manufacturing, and then leisure and hospitality. Like I said, we're a growing city. We're considered probably a secondary market. We're getting up to 300,000 people when we're probably close in on the 510 to 15 years, which would be crazy. But as we keep growing, more jobs, more houses to be built, more electricians, more plumbers, more contractors, more everything, more people moving, more businesses. We need more food, we need more water, we need everything as we grow. So that's what Lubbock's seeing. It's been so fantastic. The top employers in Lubbock are Texas Tech University, Covenant Health, LISD, and the United Supermarkets. So that's like Market Street, United Supermarkets, everything they own, which is probably a bunch. Overall, Lubbock has a very strong job market. It's not going anywhere. The people that I'm talking to are worried about where they're going to work or what they're going to do, and they usually are able to find something relatively quickly here in Lubbock. If you're watching from across the country and you're just like, you know, if you put yourself out on ZipRecruiter or LinkedIn or whatever it is, usually it's not that difficult to find something. Anyway, my number's right here. You need to give me a call. I help people like you, yes, just like you, on the phone, moving to Lubbock, buying, investing, selling. People living here just want to sell their house, do that too. Give me a call. Don't be afraid. It will be me who answers. I will see you guys on the next one. We need a counter on how many times I've said cheaper than the national average in this video. Cheaper than the national average. We're gonna make a song. Someone needs to put a beat over. Cheaper than the national average. Put a beat. I'm rapping right now. Boom.